Hello, you are listening to a preview of a premium episode of Blocked and Reported. This is part 2 of a two-parter about Ethan Klein versus Hasan. And there's a lot going on in this one. We're going to talk about what Ethan did when he felt he had been mistreated by people. This involves lawsuits, accusations of copyright infringement, accusations of trying to silence women. Yes, every single woman. Did Ethan do that? Only way to find out is to listen to the whole episode. The only way to listen to the whole episode is to go to blockedandreported.org and become a premium subscriber. Hope you enjoy the preview either way.
Jesse, can we start the show with a recommendation?
Are you putting me on the spot or do you have one?
I have one. But do you have one?
Oh, great. Oh, thank God.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I recommend just getting out there, you know? That's my recommendation for the day.
Touching grass?
No,
are you talking
just
about like romantic? Are you talking about the personals?
the whole thing. No. Just getting out there.
Okay. All right. Words of wisdom. This
The whole
is Jesse Single's advice in 2026. Just get out there.
Just get out there.
Wise man. Okay, so my recommendation is this might hurt you. I hope it doesn't. It might. But there's another podcast out there.
Oh, God. Alex Goldman's?
Fuck no. Have you ever listened to his podcast?
No. I listened to it's just, whatever. We don't need to. No need. That was unnecessary. That was an unnecessary drive-by on my part.
Okay, but I heard this from someone who would know. I heard that his podcast is, the theme of it is like, no problem too big, no problem too small.
Oh, you mean like search engine?
Right.
Yeah, it's pathetic. Yeah, it's pathetic. Yeah.
Wait, is that correct?
What's it called again?
I don't know.
Okay, new podcast,
Hyperfixed, yeah.
The help desk for life's most intractable problems. I mean, I guess it's a little bit different, but
It's what is there a tagline? Is it no problem too big, no problem too small?
whatever it is, maybe it's just a quiet annoyance you've grudgingly learned to put up with, or a life-defining issue that makes it hard to move forward. Whatever it is, Alex Goldman, reporter, radio producer, and overconfident idiot.
That's true.
Accurate. We'll get to the bottom of it. If there's a bottom to be found, results may vary. It's just all PJ vote, but much worse.
Yeah.
Well, okay, is this the same one? He also... What the world needed was another snide leftist podcast of people laughing at how everyone who's not a leftist is a moron. I thought he also
Fascinating.
He's also, I think, on one of those, assuming it's not the same one, and I don't care enough to check. And I'm also mad you led me down this detour. Let me out of here.
Me?
Yeah, this is your fault.
You are the one who brought this up. I was going to give a recommendation for a show I think people actually should listen to.
Okay, go. Let's just go to that.
It's called Beth's. It's hard to say, but it's called Beth's Dead.
Beth's Dead?
As in Beth is dead. Beth's
the rural
dead.
juror? Beth's dead. What's Beth's Dead about?
I was telling Andy about it on the phone, and Beth's dead. He could not.
This is Andy Dick, right?
Yes. He couldn't. Definitely his fault, not my fault, that I have a slight lisp. Beth's Dead is about it's from Dax Shepard's podcasting partner, Monica. Do you ever listen to the Dax Shepard show? Or it's called Armchair Expert?
I don't listen to podcasts unless they're about sports or comedy.
So Armchair Expert is hugely, hugely popular, and they have a bunch of spin-off shows. Jana listens to it all the time, so I ambiently listen to it. It's good shows. It's a good partnership. Anyway, Monica Padman is his co-host, and she started out as Dax Shepard's babysitter, not for him, but for his children. She worked for him and Kristen Bell, and they got along. Anyway, now she is one of the most successful podcasters in the world.
Can I talk over you for a minute?
Sure.
While you were talking, I just Googled Beth's Dead.
Uh-huh.
It looks really good.
It's really good.
And I'm about to be driving across vast, dusty swaths of Texas.
Save it for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I recommend it.
It's really, you've listened to the whole thing?
I listened to the whole thing. I have my gripes about it. The first being that they did this show instead of us doing this show. And there are things I think it could have been 6 episodes instead of 10 episodes. It's a little draggy, but it's one of these shows, sort of like our show, that sounds very thrown together. It sounds very haphazard, but I get the sense that this was a real feat of production. They spent a year working on it. But when you listen to it, it sounds like three people chatting. So it's a really sort of interesting blend of a chat show and an actual like reported odyssey. And the story itself is good.
Okay. That's your recommendation.
All right, so that's my recommendation. Beth's dead.
Okay. Whatever, that show.
Hard to say. That's so. All right, Jesse, we are here. It is part 2 of Ethan Klein versus Hasan Piker. Do you want to remind people where we were last week?
They were about to get in a fight. They did a show where they talked about Israel-Palestine, and they were like, this definitely won't be our last show. We're definitely not going to get in a fight. I believe those were direct quotes, not really. And so I assume that this episode is just wrapping things up, talking about how they got back together and everything's all right.
Yes, they are married and have adopted Asian babies.
They actually somehow gave birth to Asian babies.
Wow.
That's what I heard.
Which of those two, which do you think would be more likely to give birth?
Ethan. Definitely Ethan.
You're saying that because he's fat.
Well, no. Yeah.
He's not actually fat anymore. He lost 100 pounds.
Ozempic?
Ozempic. Well, I don't think he did it the old-fashioned way. He's a YouTuber.
Or the stress of being in a fight with Hasan. He just couldn't eat.
Okay, so on the last show, we ended with The Leftovers. So this was the podcast and YouTube show that Ethan Klein and Hasan Piker had together for 2 years. Just like one of those snide leftists, why isn't everyone a leftist podcast? The show broke up after October 7th. They said they weren't going to break up. They broke up. So after that, Ethan returned to his own H3 podcast. Hasan kept streaming. And when I say podcast, I mean video. Like they're called, it's a lot of people, it's video. I really don't think that if you do video, you should call yourself a podcast, but that's just me.
Very old fashioned.
Yes, but I'm resisting the pivot, but at the same time, by the time people listen to this, we might actually be on YouTube with no video. That's the key, no video. So from time to time, Ethan would react to something Hasan said on his Twitch streams. It gradually became clear that actually the two men had not, as they promised on the last episode of The Leftovers, stayed friends at all. And in fact, they seemed to hate each other. So Ethan started openly accusing Hasan of anti-Semitism. Hasan then started openly accusing Ethan of racism. And they both became more entrenched in their own positions. Plus, during this period, Hasan was getting more media attention, more relevance, his audience was growing, and Ethan was becoming less and less popular.
Ethan just kept pouring more and more queso on his keyboard in successive videos, and it just didn't work. No matter how much queso he dumped on his keyboard, like gallons of the stuff.
He was always spinning a dreidel. And remember, this is a guy with Israeli citizenship. His wife is an IDF veteran, and they largely operate in the progressive internet. So a lot of people would hate him for that alone.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that he's going to war with Hot Hasan, it didn't help. So the big bombshell came in February of 2025. Ethan released a YouTube video called Content Nuke. It was an hour and 42-minute takedown of Hasan that included an enormous number of clips showing Hasan defending terrorists, vibing with Houthis, and so on. Let's watch the top.
I started a show a couple of years ago with my acquaintance, Hasan Piker. You might remember him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it. Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. That's not what I said, you dumb cracker bitch.
And of course, The Leftovers podcast, which was our show, which we made broadly to goof on the antics of the right. Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
Here is Ethan Klein being a delightful human being.
I was just going to say, if there's another Holocaust, if they start rounding up the Jews again, I hope Ben gets killed. He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And we went on making the show for about 2 years, and everything was good. Everyone was having fun. The audience was having fun. No problem. That was until this happened. We were doing our regular show, and for the first time I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was.
So he plays a bunch of clips of Hasan, both on the show and on his own stream, clips of him praising China, Russia, etc. Hasan talking about the need to re-educate capitalists by force if necessary. And Ethan says that he was already getting uncomfortable with this partnership before October 7th. And then after October 7th, he became more and more disturbed by Hasan and his community. So these are just a few quotes from Ethan Klein. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Hasan loves all terrorists, but I will say that there isn't many he don't like. He also says, I feel guilty for mainstreaming Hasan. I should have looked at who I was getting into bed with before they gave me chlamydia. You think? Yeah. Look, I agree with Ethan about Hasan. He's an extremist, and his influence on the culture, whatever it is, I think is pernicious. This uncritical elevation in the mainstream press, it's troubling. Like, the guy he's an extremist. He is. He's not that different from someone like Nick Fuentes. The politics are different, but he is an extremist. But how did Ethan not know any of this before he started a podcast with the guy? I mean, I did a full background check on you, Jesse. I hired a PI to get all of the dirt for me. It's like he didn't even watch the dude's Twitch stream. All of this stuff was out in the open.
Yeah, it's a little bit bad faith to be like,
I don't know.
Look at all this messed up stuff I found on the open internet of my, co-host. Yeah.
So Ethan also criticizes Twitch for failure to act on Hasan. He argues that Destiny, he's another lefty streamer. He was permanently banned from Twitch for what he says were lesser offenses, while Hasan...
I mean, he's not really a left. He's in the same... people are going to jump all over me, still get something wrong here, but he's in the same general mold as Klein of being like
he's not a
lefty who definitely disagrees with leftists on a lot of issues, including like some of the same ones.
So, but his point is that he was banned from Twitch while Hasan has not been. Hasan is essentially, according to Klein, given free reign to say whatever he likes. And he plays a bunch of clips of other leftist Twitch streamers wishing for people's deaths, putting bounties on right-wingers' heads. It's obviously rhetorical. I don't think any of them are like trying to actually get people murdered, but it's not good. And Klein argues that this is a gateway to extremism, just like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. No mention of Jordan Peterson. But unlike those two, Hasan has been embraced by the media that assumes he's just another democratic socialist rather than what he is, a radical ideologue. So the video concludes with this.
Ultimately, after dedicating months of my life to creating this video, I am left with one overwhelming conclusion. Fuck this dude.
Okay, so how did the video land?
Like a bomb. It was a declaration of war. Now, it was a bit of a one-sided war. So Hasan initially said he wasn't going to watch it. He later did. But over the following months, Klein ramped up this campaign against Piker, particularly on Instagram stories. So these disappear after 24 hours.
That's sort of
Go ahead.
Pathetic to go to war with someone in a way where whatever you say will disappear in 24 hours.
Well, but it's really uncool to use the grid, Jesse.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I found that out not that I'm on Instagram much, but people were like, I would just post a normal thing that would have been normal on Twitter. People were like, dude, you don't know how to use Instagram. That should be a story. I'm like, get better hobbies. Yeah. Who cares? I
use the grid. I like the grid. The photos are for me. They're not for other people. I like to look back at my own pictures, and I can't do that if they disappear. Anyway, Here are a couple of examples of Ethan Klein's posts around that period. Why don't you read these?
Okay, this is a picture of Hasan in a bubble bath for some reason.
It's his own Instagram.
It's his own Instagram. Ethan replies, "Fine, I accept my role as number one player hater. This 40-year-old man made his girlfriend take a thirst trap of him on Valentine's Day while keeping her a secret so he can fulfill the fantasies of his pathetic, vapid obsessors while wearing non-prescription glasses in the tub." Wow, he's really going after him.
Fact check here.
He's not 40. Yeah, unfortunately.
He's not 40.
Yeah.
They have, like, he calls Hasan 40 and Hasan calls him 50.
So it's like Hasan
is not 40. Klein is not 50. Okay, read the next one.
Ethan says, "Tank this shit, foot soldiers." And it's, oh God, Hasan's on Wiki Feet?
Yeah.
Oh, we have the same shoe size, he and I.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Why is Hasan on Wiki Feet? What does "tank this soldiers" mean? I mean, he means like.
Okay, yeah. So this is a on Ethan Klein's Instagram stories. Yeah. This is a screenshot of Wiki Feet, which is a website celebrating feet, and Hasan Piker has a page on Wiki Feet. So there's a bunch of pictures of him and his feet, and he has a very suspicious 5.42 out of 5 possible stars.
How do you do that?
I don't know. It sounds like a conspiracy. And Klein is saying, take this shit, foot soldiers. He's telling people to give him a single star rating.
Wow. He's going after his feet. You don't go after a man's feet.
Yes. So in all, Klein posted over 100 Instagram stories about Hasan in the space of 4 months. And the more keyed up he got, the more Hasan's fans seemed to enjoy torturing him. So like in March 2025, Ethan revealed that someone had called CPS, Child Protective Services, on him and his wife. So yeah, an anonymous person told CPS that their kids were crawling around the floor eating dog shit.
Jesus.
CPS comes to check out their house. And I have no idea if it was a Hasan fan or not. I don't think Ethan knows either, but certainly people assume that it was connected. Klein himself named another YouTuber who goes by Denims because on her channel, she had discussed a Reddit post. This came from the H3 Snark subreddit, so that's an anti-fan subreddit. The post was about how Ethan said their new dog had Giardia and then their baby got sick. And this apparently turned into someone calling CPS to say that their children were eating dog shit.
Jesus.
Yeah. And like CPS came, checked out the house. Everything was fine. They left. This did not involve, like, they did not lose their children. They didn't have to go to court as far as I know. But still, nobody wants CPS being called to their house. No. So Ethan blamed not just Hasan, but this streamer Denims. She responded by threatening him with a defamation suit and launching a GoFundMe to sue Klein. She actually raised...
Wait, she tried to accuse him of defamation because Ethan said he thought she was the one who called in the CPS report?
Not that she called it in, but that she discussed this on her stream, and so like one of her followers, like she.
So that's a defamation suit over the fact that he talked about her on his stream and said that this is a very tangled defamation suit.
She also didn't actually sue him. She threatened to sue him. She actually raised $46,000. She subsequently returned the money and said that she would self-fund.
So Hasan, I take it, is just watching all this unfold. What did he say?
Yeah, so he made it clear that he was not in favor of calling CPS on his online enemies. And he did talk about Ethan's constant Instagram posts. So he said this.
If Ethan wants to talk to me, he can talk to me, okay? He doesn't have to fucking constantly cry as a 50-year-old adult with 3 children from behind an Instagram story, okay? You can talk to me in person, big dog. You got my fucking phone number. We can have a conversation on your stream. We can have a conversation on my stream. Last time, I had the fucking baby gloves on, and you cried like a bitch after doing Teddy Fresh ads in the midst of our genocide coverage, okay? That's right, and I'm not talking about the Leftovers episode where he actually cried. That was a beautiful moment, and I was actually very wrong for thinking that actually meant something. It turned out it didn't mean shit for you at all, okay? Because selfishly, you spent the next year constantly fucking ripping into, suspiciously, a lot of, not myself, but other people of color. I'm not calling myself a person of color. I know it's going to get clipped out of context here as well, and then you're going to be like, meh, 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 whatever. No, just noticing that you have just been going after a lot of people of color.
The basic point that it would make more sense for them to talk more rather than Ethan to just doing all this one-way posting. I think that's actually correct.
Yeah, but then he called him a racist.
Well, you can't call him a racist and then be like, let's just talk, I don't think. Although, I don't know I'm having trouble knowing they're both...
You don't have to root for anyone.
You can just root for the spectacle.
Yeah. Well, Jesse, you'll be pleased to hear that in May of 2025, so that's 3 months after Ethan Klein's magnum opus Content Nuke was released, Ethan and Hasan actually did come back together.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, they weren't in the same room this time. They debated each other for almost 5 hours, but rather than actually discussing Israel-Palestine, they mostly argued about who was more obsessed with the other. So here's a clip.
This is like very like post-breakup energy.
Yes, it is.
Ethan does look better.
He does. He lost a fuck ton of weight, but the twitches are concerning.
Oh, there's the dog in the corner cowering, being shocked this is satire. No defamation. But the dog is being shocked every 10 times a second. It's just buzzing.
Okay. There's another dog plot that I wasn't going to mention, but a few years ago, Ethan Klein's dog, he had a little dog, Striker. It died from kidney failure.
Oh, God.
And he said on his, it was only 6, and he said on his stream that he found out after the dog died that small dogs are really prone to kidney failure. And he wished that someone had told him not to sprinkle cheese on the dog's food.
Oh, God.
Do you need someone to tell you not to sprinkle cheese on a dog's food? Look, Moose gets food every once in a while, but like it's not. We don't sprinkle fucking Parmesan. We don't grate Parmesan on his kibble.
I think it would depend how much cheese he sprinkled and what kind of cheese. I remember dogs we had going crazy for American cheese. I remember being shocked.
American cheese.
I remember being shocked how much they liked it.
I would never give a dog American cheese. A little bit of Parmesan is fine. Some cheese every once in a while, but like putting it on the dog's food.
I don't mean like I'm making it a grilled cheese sandwich. Like a little bit of American cheese, just if she's.
But anyway, it was a small dog.
Yeah, small dog. You got to be careful.
Do you know about grapes?
Do I know? Like, have I heard of them?
Do you know about grapes and dogs?
No.
Look, this is a PSA. Grapes are as toxic to dogs as chocolate is, and people don't know that. People don't know that.
Chocolate.
Yes, onions are bad for dogs. Garlic is bad for dogs. Grapes are really bad for dogs. Chocolate, obviously. Pain pills, obviously, don't leave your pain pills around.
No, they love. Well, I disagree with that. They seem to like the pain pills. We had a dog eat a whole bar of chocolate, and we did the hydrogen peroxide trick, and it totally worked.
Oh, really? Did the dog throw up?
She puked everywhere. Yeah, I've never been so happy to see a dog puke. Anyway, okay. Let's
watch it.
You claim I'm obsessed.
That's it. That's all you get if you want to hear the conclusion of this saga about Ethan Klein and Hasan and Ethan's lawsuits and him attempting to silence women, allegedly. BlockedAndReported.org. Become a premium subscriber.